All right, focusing on a very special initiative from the Israeli Defense Forces. It's the Special in Uniform program, and it gives young men and women with special needs the opportunity to serve their country. Now, recently, the chairman of the President's Committee for People with Intellectual Disabilities, Chris Neely, flew to Israel to check out the program, and he's hoping to try and bring the model back here in the U.S. And he's here in studio with me right now. Chris, good to have you with us.
Great to see you, Michelle. Thank you.
Would love to know what your main takeaway was from the Special Uniform program implemented by the IDF.
Well, the IDF in Israel is doing exactly what all countries should be doing, and that is including people with disabilities in the military. There's all kinds of jobs that people with disabilities can do. They can serve in logistics, food services, administrative jobs. There's a lot of positions, a lot of opportunity. More importantly, it's great for all the soldiers, both disabled and non-disabled, to have that cohesion and the morale boost that comes from having those relationships. And then, of course, the training gives people with disabilities a chance to serve in the private sector afterwards and have jobs in an integrated situation that is good for all of us.
What has been the argument against this? Why has there been a reluctance to have people with disabilities serve in the military in one capacity or other?
I think there's been a perception problem. People, I think, have low perceptions about what the abilities of people with disabilities are. But the realities is, and my son has Down syndrome, they have a lot of capabilities and abilities if we only give them a chance. For instance, in America, we have 7.2 million openings, job openings in America with this great economy that the president's helped create. But yet only 20% of Americans with disabilities are working. The military and local law enforcement is a place for them to find a home, find employment, and be able to serve their local community and their nation. And that's what I want to do here in the United States, is give all Americans with disabilities that opportunity.
It sounds like a fantastic initiative, giving them a chance to serve their community and for them to be a bigger part of the community. Where do we stand in incorporating this kind of program into the U.S. military?
Well, that's why I'm in New York today. I met with Jewish National Fund, which helped start the program in Israel, Special in Uniform. And I'm working with them to replicate that program here in the United States. And we're going to call it Corps of Honor. By the way, there's a lineage to our past. Believe it or not, the American Armed Forces in the American Revolution and in the Civil War, both North and South, integrated the military with people with disabilities. It was called Corps of Honor. So we're going to bring that back. We're going to have it here in the United States. We're going to start local, working with our National Guards in all the states because they're located in our communities, citizen soldiers, and give people with disabilities that chance.
So Chris, let's get more specific here. Let's help dispel some of the misconceptions. What are some of the jobs that people with certain disabilities, and if you can explain what those disabilities are, can actually make work together?
Well, that's exactly right. So, for instance, in Israel, logistics and quartermaster positions are very important. So, for instance, they're working on stuffing parachutes, packs, food services, the food and MREs that the soldiers eat out in the field. All of the back-end services have to occur for the combat troops on the front line.
Right.
I served in Afghanistan. I would have served right along with an American with disabilities, knowing that they have the right kind of patience, the right kind of attitude. They're great workers. They're always on time, and they boost morale. That's the kind of soldier I want.
And does this extend to physical as well as mental disabilities?
Absolutely. We're not going to discriminate. Everybody will be included. And you get to wear the American flag on your shoulder just like every other soldier.
Has the president heard about this program? Has he expressed any kind of interest? We know he's always looking at ways at revamping the military to boost support.
Correct. So Ambassador David Friedman in Israel, he and I worked together. We were together in Israel. He's been communicating this with the administration as well. And we all believe it has to start in the States with the National Guard. Let's prove that it works, and then we'll go to the Pentagon and we'll show them the results of the good works we're doing out there.
All right. Great work indeed. Thank you so much, Chris. Appreciate you coming here.
Thank you, Michelle.
Chris Neely.